Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. Okay, from now, I've shared a few of the first few cards, right? Done from the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Empress, right? So now we're just going to choose one of the major cards at random. So let's have a look. What card are we going to focus on today? Okay, we're going to focus on, Death card, okay? So that's all about transformation and changes going on, right? So let us look at this card. Let me just bring it in a little bit closer. Okay, so now that I've got it in a little bit closer, let's look at the Death card and the symbols and things like that. Okay, as a well-spent day brings happy in sleep, so a life well spent brings happy death. This image has been numbered 13, a figure surrounded by superstition, thought by many to be unlucky. It also signifies the ending of one cycle and the beginning of another. The image itself echoes this idea, consisting of an armored skeleton riding a pale horse. The flag he carries is of the mystic rose, while under the horse's feet lies a supine king. A maiden and a young child show themselves to be fearful of the figure, while a prelate raises his hands in supplication. Over all shines a brilliant sun. Sometimes the representation of the river Styx flows between two pillars in the background, along which the soul journeys to immortality or eternal life. The significance. Interestingly, this card is not as negative as it first seems. It represents a change of state and the realization that death does come to us all, whatever our status in life. The promise is, however, of a better life to come, provided we learn to understand that the ending of a previous state of affairs also heralds a new beginning. We may be fearful, but our path is clear. The suggestion of the river Styx is that we will need help to overcome the ill feeling that is almost inevitably. When the fool reaches this point in his journey, more than anything he has to face the idea of death. He has come a long way since he first stepped out, but realizes that he is not completely invincible, that there will come a time when death is inevitable. Before that, he must reach into his own depths and find the courage to continue. There is some bitterness and mourning for what might have been, but now he can let these go, knowing that to look back will only impede his journey. Associations and secondary images. Attributed to Pluto and Scorpio, this card follows an alchemical principle, the idea of transformation from base metals to something meaningful. This image is quite biblical in that it is a death sat on a pale horse. Revelation 6:8. This is one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. These are nightmares indeed, but they do bring about change, transformation, and purification. The Grim Reaper, as he is known, at first appears fearsome until it is realized that he actually brings about a change of state, where one is free from physical difficulties and emotional shackles. Such a new beginning permits a fresh approach and often transmutation of energy into something more usable. Flag and rose. The mystic rose on the black flag is said to symbolize unfolding consciousness, but is also a representation of the Virgin Mary and hence purity. The horse has spiritual connotations in this card, and that it represents the death of the old self and new spiritual awareness. This particular one is said to have power over death by sword, famine, pestilence, and wild animals. Maiden child. These two figures in the foreground reinforce the idea that death comes to everyone, no matter how we choose to meet it, whether that be with fear, denial, or the innocence of an untutored child, or that of the more knowing maiden. Plumed headdress. This represents the solar life force. It echoes the feather in the fool's cap, and that in the sun child's chaplet. Prelate. The only upright figure, it is suggested that the prelate is praying for mercy by virtue of his beliefs, or that he awaits a good death, an easy transition of awareness. Square towers. These towers denote the portal between concerns of the physical, mundane world and mystical knowledge. Supine king. This figure underneath the horse suggests that death is a great leveler and takes no account of status. The key features are element is water, planet is Pluto, astrological sign is the Scorpio, numerology 13, deities Hades and Kali. Keywords are transformation, transmutation, change, and purification. Related concepts: measured return, the Grim Reaper. All endings often bring about new beginnings, constant cycle of death and rebirth. in radical change. Okay, that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below, check the links on my channel, like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessed be.